Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be doing something a little different. I am going to be reacting to the 5.6 special program. I am very excited about this update and you will see why. If you have already watched it, you can watch along and see what I think of it, or if you haven't seen it already, you can watch along with me and claim your codes. Without further ado, let's get into it. I'm so annoyed. I did not realize I was not recording the audio for the YouTube video, so let's redo that. So we're returning to Fontaine for, I think, the event where we several different games, and I think we're getting a weapon this time. So we got a character last time, which was Boron. So that's kind of exciting. And there's a Escoffier. I love her eyes. They've been doing so well on the eyes recently. So her elemental skill kind of looks like Emily's in a way. Gets coordinated attacks? Or is it not? I don't really know, but it looks like it to me. And I love her burst animation. It's one of my favorites in the game. We have Aoife. He reminds me of Alto from Wuthering Waves, since they're both like Arrow, Anima, and wield a gun. I don't know. Oh yeah! That's so funny. I didn't realize on first watch. They're doing a callback to when Farina tried to arrest the traveler for having Paimon since she was flying. Very funny. I get to see Nuvula. And go back to Remuria, which is very cool. I miss going there. So this looks like it's going to be Escoffier's boss fight? I don't know. And now this is getting into the Mondstadt stuff, which is super exciting. I think it does have to do with not Dvalin, Durin that we saw in the summer event. I think so. I could be wrong. Okay, we're gonna have to fight abyssal monsters, obviously. Barbara! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Gotta go back. Look at them. That is so cute. Oh my god. It's so exciting that this is going to be something we get to experience. Okay, Albedo. What? Albedo killed someone? Oh, Dahlia! pink hair.
魔女会と正式な会談を行うことを
Ooh,
願ってる。
ooh, ooh. A chessboard. Oh my god, I have to save up. God, look at that. Okay, so we're gonna meet with Hexen Circle because Albedo murdered someone. That's interesting.
てるんだ。あら、そんな勇気のある子がまだモンドにいたの？
What is happening? Oh my goodness.
天地が逆さになった時、人は
Oh my god, that's Klee's mom, isn't it? It is because she's in Dodeco form. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh my goodness.
世界の本質を知る。
Oh my god, her motive is like a chessboard? What? This is so... Oh my god. The whole, like, game thing of the summer event makes sense considering that, like, that was a making of her imagination. Right? I'm remembering that right. Oh my goodness, I am so excited.
どうしてこんなことにミレットが襲撃にあって。
これはレムリアが戦争
That's a
のために用意
boss.
した薬物なのよ。人体研究という課題を諦めたことは一度
Oh
も
my goodness, that is
モ
so
ンドの法律
precious.
にのっとり、被告人アルベドを殺人および死体遺棄で有罪とする。今も近くから聞こえるよ。
お？なんだ、バルバトスか？
ファルか？
Oh my goodness. I am so excited. I really don't know why it's in such low quality, but sorry about it. Okay, so I think we're coming up on the codes. The first code, and oh, cutie. Okay, yes. I'll pause it, and then you just pause. Well, I don't need to pause it. You guys pause the video and go collect your code. It's due for 3 days, or it's valid for 3 days, which is kind of interesting. I thought that was only 16 hours. This music is really cutie. Okay, how long is it? Okay. I think we'll learn more about Escoffier, and then, I don't know. Look at that expression. They
Hello,
are so
everyone.
cute.
Welcome to the Genshin Impact version 5.6 special program. I'm Jane Jackson, the voice of Aressa, and I have two awesome co-hosts with me today. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
What up, my dudes? My name is Johnny Laquasto, and I'm the voice of Aoife.
Johnny Laquasto.
Your turn.
Hello everyone, my name is Emily Cass and I voice Escoffier. I'm so excited
She's British? You're joking. She is British? Oh my goodness. I have not heard her voice at all.
to be here.
And I am so
It
excited
might
to
just
be
be her
hosting
normal
alongside you two
voice,
today.
but
Oh,
it'd be funny
by
if
the
she
way,
was
Emily,
British.
I have to say, the way your chibi's tail moves around is so cool.
Oh, actually, it's not a tail. It's a self-adapting movement signal tracking support mech. It's a piece of tech, basically. It helps Escoffier in the kitchen and in combat. It's one of her essential utensils.
But it looks so much like a tail.
Yeah, a lot of people think that. And considering how it looks, people even call Escoffier a demon chef.
A demon chef?
Okay, that seems
Okay.
a little extreme.
Yeah, I'd say so too, but honestly, I don't know much about Escoffier. Can you tell us more about her, Emily?
Absolutely. Let's take a look at her profile. Escoffier used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Bourg.
Oh, cool.
The hotel is famous for the extremely popular and exclusive Gâteau de Bourg.
She is so pretty though.
Yeah, only a limited amount of slices are available per day. Escoffier is a master of precision gastronomy, which means she approaches cooking as a science. She even develops advanced methods
What's that little
in her
blip
cooking
from
process.
Farina
Wow,
about?
that's some dedication to her craft.
Of course, in Escoffier's kitchen, no dish is ready to be served until it has her stamp of approval. And when she likes something,
Since
she
this
gets
is in English, I'm gonna
completely
turn the
lost in
captions
flavours.
off.
It looks almost like she's in heaven.
That sounds incredible, but what if she doesn't like it?
Oh, then she'd probably say something
Oh.
like...
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove. You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom.
Oh my goodness, she literally is Gordon
Intense.
Ramsay. She's not British. Her voice actress is English. Okay, I think I'm pausing too much, but there's so many things I can say.
I promise Escoffier is actually very well mannered most of the time. But when it comes to food, she couldn't be more strict. It's all for good reason.
The hair color
Escoffier
is so
believes Her
striking.
mission as a chef is to make haute cuisine accessible to all. So she's not just strict on other people, she demands perfection from herself too. Because that's the only way to make her dream a reality.
Oh, is that why she develops all those cooking mecha?
That's right. With their help, even people who are short on time or cooking skills can be capable of making a good meal.
Okay, that feels like a personal call out. But seriously though, I'm telling you, I could use something exactly like that.
Same here. Emily, you said Escoffier used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Bourg. Does that mean she doesn't work there anymore?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
She even had to spend time in the fortress of Meripede.
The
What?
Fortress of Meripede? What happened?
Put in jail.
We can't divulge the details right
She's
now.
a felon.
But all will be
That's
revealed in
everything.
Escoffier's story
Look at
quest.
her eyes. Look, they're like hearts. That is so sweet. I cannot wait to do her story quest.
Treasured above all. So be sure to check it out if you're interested, travellers. You'll also be rewarded with extra ascension materials for Escoffier. Oh, and travellers will get to take part in a one-of-a-kind culinary showdown in this quest. Not only will travellers get to experience
interactive.
Escoffier's mentorship
Very cool.
firsthand, but special guests will also make an appearance.
She's
Special
angry.
guest,
Oh my
nice.
goodness.
Huh. Okay, I see blubber beasts and romaritime flowers. Wait, do we have to cook 4 blubber beasts using romaritime flowers? That's not much to work with.
All I can say is, trust in Escoffier. She can work wonders.
Oh, I'm definitely a believer.
So cute.
Okay, so we know what she can do in the kitchen, but what about on the battlefield?
Right, let's
I
get
love
into
her
it.
shoes.
Escoffier wields a cryovision and is a powerful addition to freeze-focused teams, which brings us to one of her talents. When Escoffier's elemental skill or elemental burst hits an enemy, she can reduce their resistance to hydro and cryo damage. The more hydro and cryo characters
Yeah.
in the party, the greater the reduction.
For all of you that like hydro cryo, you will like really want this character. I don't use a lot of hydro. Like I don't have a hydro DPS except for like Farina or Mona, but I don't need her. If I want her, I can get her on a rerun.
Ah, okay. So it looks like the enemies here aren't actually frozen, but the resistance reduction still takes effect.
Yeah, that's really important. As long as her elemental skill or burst hits an enemy, the reduction takes effect. The enemy doesn't need to be frozen.
That's
That
cool.
means the talent works on bosses and other unfreezable enemies.
Wow.
Okay.
So
Well,
it
that's good
seems
that they
like
did
any
that.
character that deals hydro or cryo damage can benefit from that talent. I can definitely see her being a powerful support in freeze teams.
True, but Escoffier is not just a support. She can dish out damage as well. With an actual dish.
No way.
Yeah, and when Escoffier unleashes her elemental skill, she summons a cooking mech to the field.
Yeah.
That follows
It
the
is kinda like
active
Emily,
character
but
and
it's not
periodically
stationary,
fires
it moves
projectiles at
around with
nearby
her.
enemies, dealing cryo damage.
Cool.
So with her ability to shred resistance, she basically buffs
And
her
she
own damage.
heals, which
In
is
addition,
insane for
her
Farina.
elemental burst restores HP to the entire party.
Team-wide
Incredible. Okay,
team-wide
so she can
healing
buff the
is
party,
nuts.
Dish out damage and heal. Wow, sounds like she's pretty versatile.
Yeah.
And thanks
And they
to a
know
different
it. They're
talent,
leaning into that. Yeah, I don't know.
she has another ability that really showcases her skills as a chef. If you hold her elemental skill, the cooking mech she summons can absorb elemental energy and convert it into a delicious dish.
Oh my goodness.
I've never seen a talent
What?
like that before.
Okay, so you don't even have to prepare the ingredients yourself? Bro, that's awesome.
Yeah, and plus she can produce several kinds of dishes this way.
Well, that will be so fun to check out in game.
Totally.
That is the coolest
so take
thing
note of
about
this
her.
Next piece of news, travelers.
I have
In the
not heard
first
anybody
half
talk
of
about
version
that.
5.6, we'll
Oh,
have
Navia.
event wishes for
Navia.
Escoffier and Navia, a new 5-star polearm, Symphonist of
That is a
Sense,
beautiful
featured on the
polearm.
weapon banner.
The
Our
one
new
tells
4-star
Selena.
character Aoife will also enjoy a drop rate boost on the first half banners.
Aoife! No way, bro.
I think that's my line.
I don't
but
like
couldn't have said
Aoife's
it better myself.
personality.
Oh,
It might be a
and
hot
another
take,
bit
but
of
I
really
don't like
exciting
it.
news is that travelers will get to spend more time with these two in the new version.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Okay, take a look at this clip and you'll see.
What? Oh, that is cute.
All eyes are on me. Lowly servants, behold, the almighty Dragon Lord's magnificence! The heck are you on about?
I cannot tolerate it.
Why does no one ask for the autograph of the almighty Dragon Lord? Kahula how? Oh wow, no way, bro. What? You little... Oh dear, oh dear. Do you even hear yourself, bro? How dare you? You insolent...
Oh my god.
Huh? What are you on about? No way, bro. Huh? Seriously? Seriously? Do you even hear yourself, bro? Darn it.
Well, he is a bird, so he just does mimicry. That's so
Do you
funny.
even hear yourself, bro? You're hopeless. The almighty Dragon Lord, Kahulao's wisdom is wasted on you. No way, bro. See you later. Huh?
Very
Oh,
funny.
you meant Kukuku and a how.
Kukuku?
Wow, I feel like those two could argue forever.
Dude, you don't know the half of it.
Hang in there, bro.
You too, huh? Man, this bro thing is really taking off.
Well, Kukuku is just that infectious. So, travelers met Aoife in the previous version, but since
Yes.
we now have the chance to add him to our parties, want to give us a formal introduction, Johnny?
I thought you never asked, Jane. Absolutely. As most of you probably know, Aoife is a Saurian vet from the Flower Feather clan.
Mm-hmm.
In that land, humans and Saurians live and fight side by side. Saurians get sick and hurt just like everyone else. So Saurian vets do a very important job in that land.
Okay.
And Aoife is a really good one. In fact, you've probably heard of some of his accomplishments already. Like how he saved Kukuku's life, and now, of course, Kukuku works as his
I didn't really
trusty
pay
assistant.
attention to the quest,
Yeah,
so
Aoife is
I'm
practically
not aware
a
of that.
miracle worker. I heard a how got sick one time, so Kaniche took him to Aoife for treatment, and what do you know? A how is better in like 2 seconds. Imagine that.
Sounds like Aoife really knows his stuff. I wonder if he can treat all kinds of dragons, like even ones from other nations.
I guess, in theory.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't see why not. Plus, if it was an emergency, Kukuku could help him get there in no time.
I mean, I heard the Flower Feather clan is known for riding Kukasaurs.
I like his night soul,
This is less riding and more
like aura thing.
dangling, isn't it?
Hey, this is a Kukuku appreciation zone only, all right?
Like,
but
tear.
seriously, just wait until you see him sprint. He
Isn't
spreads out those
Chaska's?
huge wings, and it's super awesome.
There's also
and while
Animo,
we're on
so
the
that would
subject,
make sense.
If there are any travelers who haven't done the part of the Ochkanatlan World Quest where you chase down the evil dragon, try it out with Aoife. It'll be a completely different kind of flying experience.
Yeah,
Wow.
I see that. Although it looks more like Aoife is chasing down a patient for a checkup.
Yeah. So, okay, what else can Aoife do in
Okay.
combat?
Well, Aoife is an Animo vision user with a lot of tricks up his
His
sleeve.
normal
For
attacks
example,
do swirl.
When faced with aggressive enemies, Aoife can unleash his elemental burst and fire a therapeutic sedative, creating a wind current that pulls in and restrains enemies.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, as Aoife's good bro,
Does it
Kukuku
do
also helps him out in
damage?
combat. With Aoife's elemental skill, Kukuku lifts him into the air, giving him an aerial advantage in combat. And while in this state, Aoife can
Okay.
continuously fire tonic shots, which deal Animo damage upon impact and restore HP to the entire party.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so
what
he's
makes
also
you
a healer.
comfort
It doesn't
best
look
with
like he
Aoife?
heals that
Well,
much.
to answer that, we should introduce one of his talents first. When Aoife is in the Night Soul's blessing state, he can use his field medic's vision to increase swirl and electrocharge damage based on the total amount of Night Soul points across the entire party.
Okay, so he works well with characters that can trigger swirl and electrocharged reactions.
Okay, so him and
characters
Auron
that
are
can
like
generate Night
besties.
Soul points. He seems like a really flexible unit.
Yeah, he is. Plus, in areas with Natlan's phlogiston mechanics, if your current active character or indwelled Saurian's HP drops below a certain percent, Aoife can consume his own phlogiston to heal them.
Nice, putting those medical
That's
skills
kind
to
of cool,
use.
but I
His
don't
kit
know.
seems really intuitive.
I don't.
and
I'm not
helps
gonna be
with
pulling on the
exploration.
banner.
I feel like exploring the sacred volcano will be a lot easier with Kakuku to dangle from.
But if you like him, then
What
go
can I
ahead and
say?
get him
He
if you
is a
can.
helpful little guy. Now, moving on to our next bit of news, a new boss is coming in version 5.6, the Secret Source Automaton Overseer device. Travelers will need to defeat it to obtain ascension materials for Escoffier.
Huh. I feel like we've faced something like this before.
That's because this boss has the same origins as the Secret Source Automaton configuration device from version 5.1. Both are pieces of ancient dragon technology.
Not showing damage
They almost
numbers.
seem like two parts of one terrifying monster.
Okay, Jane, let's, this is where we should wrap this part up, I think, because travelers can search for their own answers to this in-game. Now,
Okay.
let's kick off the event portion.
Oh, wow. There are Netland characters in
Oh.
Fontaine? Is it because of
That's
a
a cool
festival
bow.
or something?
Not a
Aoife?
festival. An amusement
Navia.
park organized by Navia and the Spina di Rasula.
Ooh.
Auroron and Aoife are there to deliver Natland produce for the event. But it's not all veggies and good times, unfortunately. Against the backdrop of the festivities, a smuggling case is uncovered, leading Kaniche and Risley to cross
Okay.
paths.
Ooh, a Saurian hunter and a prison warden. Sounds like a fun pairing.
Yeah, right? I actually have a few sneak peeks to share, so
Okay, we
let's take
get
a look.
Fontaine level up
Weird.
materials.
Why is a How cowering behind Kaniche? I would have thought he was too proud for that.
You scared of those
Oh,
guys?
Wait, it must be because of Fontaine's ban on flying objects.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
Ahau and Kakuku made the journey all the way to Fontaine and happened to arrive just in time for the ban.
Ugh.
Ahau was able to hide, but
That's
Kakuku
so
got
funny.
scared and flew straight into the Palais
no
Veroni.
blood.
Auroron thinks Kakuku will manage to send all of the important documents in the Palais flying around the building.
Oh no, that can't end well. Well, what about Aoife? Isn't he going to come to Kakuku's rescue?
Don't worry, with Nervalette and Risley there, Kakuku's in good hands. Plus, he might even learn a new phrase or two. Hey, check it out. Risley managed to teach him one.
What does he
Anyone wanna guess
say?
what it is?
That's so funny.
Oh, I don't really know what it could be. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. Anyway, I wanted to point out
Like
there are
such a
two
weird
dragons in this
teaser.
picture. So, does that mean Nervalette could, like, interpret for Kakuku?
They
You
look
know,
alike.
dragon to dragon. Oh, I can't wait to see how their interactions go.
Honestly, I can't even picture it, but I just know it's gonna be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's nothing we can say that beats the real thing. So, if you're interested, be sure to check out all the shenanigans in
Very
game.
fun.
And
I wonder
trust
who will
me,
be
there
voiced.
are a lot of them. Always makes me laugh. Now, on to the actual amusement park. Let me give you some background. It's called the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland, and it's the brainchild of a well-known
Fantasyland.
engineer and film buff with the Spina di Rasula in charge of the financing, construction, and general operations.
Oh, Lapine Pauline is back. Didn't she almost go bankrupt after basing her research on that fake story? I hope her investment pays off
Lapine
this time.
Pauline.
Well, if the traveler agrees to come on board, Lapine Pauline might be in a better position.
Come on board. Why are my fraud alarm bells ringing?
It's
Very
not like
cute.
that. If you don't
I
trust
love
Lapine
Scoopia.
Pauline, yeah.
I wish I could
okay.
get here, but
Her
I
track
can't.
record isn't great, but at least trust Cheval Moran and the Spina di Rasula.
If you say so.
And how do we make sure we don't run it into the ground?
Well, if the traveler agrees to come on board, Lapine Pauline might be in a better position.
Wait, so this is a management sim? Okay, tell me
Okay.
everything.
Like the
You got it, bro.
Oh,
Travelers will be in
fun.
charge of operations like upgrading the facilities, expanding
Like
the
the
park,
potion
and
one.
managing
That
the
was one of
staff.
my favorite
During
events.
each business cycle,
Very
travelers will
cool.
need to allocate their precious funds and action points to the most important tasks based on their management needs.
And plus, Navia recruited Master Chef Escoffier to run the park's theme restaurant.
Woo!
The dishes she creates can give you unique management buffs, so don't miss out.
Absolutely. You can also increase your
Oh,
revenue
yeah.
by adding
Whoa,
different
we can
kinds
fly
of
in
attractions.
Fontaine.
For example, in Eclectic Escapades, visitors can experience unforgettable adventures where they fly through the air or dash underwater at high speeds.
Wow.
Or there's movie masterpieces where you have to use special abilities to reach the end of the stage and seize the treasure.
That's
Before
cool.
launching these attractions, travelers will need to try them out and create a standardized strategy guide for each one, so that visitors understand how to get the most out of the experience.
Okay.
Oh, and travelers can also add an attraction called Mellow Manor, where they can create a cozy retreat for different animals to draw in visitors and increase revenue.
And travelers can
That's
also
so cute.
recruit some familiar faces to help run the park. Among the recruits are Fontanian companions and friends from other
Oh,
nations
see
too.
Jane.
Yeah, that's right. By completing friendly encounters, travelers can learn useful management techniques from their companions. Eventually, these companions will become fixtures at the park and provide even more management support. So, long story short, don't worry too much. You don't have to go it alone.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound too bad.
And plus, once you get down to business, you'll be rewarded for your efforts.
Ooh, do tell.
Oh, I will. Reach a certain point in the operations and you'll be able to claim all sorts of rewards, including Primo Gems and a new 4-star bow, Sequence of Solitude.
I get an
Awesome.
HP
More
sword.
Primo Gems to save for your next pull. Which reminds me, we still haven't finished announcing the event wishes, have we?
I'm so upset.
Right, yeah, sorry to keep you
Right
in
in.
suspense,
So I think
travelers. In the
Nahida's
second half
next.
of version 5.6, we'll have returning event wishes for Kanichi and the Raiden Shogun.
Nice.
Plus, the Chronicled Wish banner will be
See,
returning in
this-
version 5.6.
Kazuha going on Chronicled Wish is honestly nuts. Losing your 50-50 to Kazuha? That's crazy to me. Chiori. What? I guess she is from Inazuma. But she's a Fontaine character. Okay, but this is what I was talking about whenever I said I got spoiled something, is this. I had been saying for a really long time that I really want Yaimiko, and I was supposed to be saving for her. But then the Chronicled Wish, like, rumors, like, went away, and I was like, okay, let me just go on the weapon banner for Shalonen for no reason. But now I have no wishes, and I think I have, like, 30 or 40 pity on Chronicled Wish. So, I don't know. I am very disappointed because I would love to wish for Yai, and I would not mind losing to any of these characters. Like, I would love that. The only one I really would not want is maybe Ayato, but losing your 50-50 to Kazuha still is insane. I did not think they would be putting him on Chronicled Wish, but there's my take.
I know a lot of travelers have been waiting for that, so check it out if you're interested.
Yeah, you have to. And
Kakomi's
best of
weapon
luck
is
on your
beautiful.
pulls.
All right, that was a lot of info.
That's
so
very
let's
exciting.
take our first break. Here's the second redemption code, travelers.
Oh my goodness. This is so cute. I don't even want to skip it. So much fun. Okay. I'm gonna skip.
Now shrouded in a The
Oh my
Windbloom
goodness.
Festival, once a celebration of flowers, now shrouded in unease. Why is Albedo on trial? Who is the young man in the courtroom? And is he friend or
Dahlia?
foe? What
I don't know who
tidings
they're
does the
talking
Dodo
about.
communication device bring this time? The answers to
Oh.
these questions and more
in the version 5.6 Archon Quest.
Oh my goodness. So cute.
Nice voice.
Oh, nice.
Aw, shucks, thanks.
So, we finally make it back to Mondstadt, and Albedo's on trial.
Domain
I don't
music
know
in the
what to
background.
think. But something tells me there's more to this situation than meets the eye.
Well, I've put together some information about the case. Let's go through it and see if we can uncover some new clues. So, here's the deal. Albedo's been accused of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, and the case is being
What?
tried.
That's so crazy.
The logistics captain of the
Who
Knights
died?
of Favonius, Hertha, seems to have compelling evidence against Albedo. So the situation is serious.
I'm sure Hertha is just trying to do her job and
Oh,
uncover
that's
the truth.
Hertha. It sounded
There
familiar.
has to be some kind of misunderstanding here.
Well, in court, the evidence does the talking. Travelers will have access to Albedo's office on the second floor of headquarters to do their own investigation into the case and hopefully track down some clues.
So I saw Jean, Kaya, and Eula in the courtroom, all members of the Knights of Favonius, which makes sense. But it looked like someone from the church was also there.
Oh, that's Dahlia. He's the deacon of the Church of Favonius, so he works
Like
with Barbara,
Dahlia.
Rosaria, and the other members of the clergy. Dahlia acts as the Herald of Barbados, which is interesting because he's also friends with Venti.
Yeah, very interesting. He sounds like a very important figure then.
Well, speaking of Venti,
Hmm.
the Dodo communication device is back in this quest. At some point, Venti needs it to get in touch with Alice. But on the first attempt, the line connects
Do
to
we think
Grandmaster
Alice will be
Varka
playable?
instead.
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a
On the second try that he
Capitano.
manages to reach
I feel like it's gonna be a
Whoa,
Capitano.
hold on.
I
You
can't
just dropped
speak.
2 major names.
I feel like it's gonna be a
Varka's been on an
Capitano incident
expedition
where
for a
he's
long
actually
time.
not playable.
Sounds like we finally get to hear how he's doing.
Venti!
As for Alice, we know she's the mother of the most adorable Klee and an elder of the Hexen Circle. But
I love that
wonder
thing.
why Venti
Can we
needs
just
to
play
get in
as
touch
that?
with her.
Can that just have its own kid and you pull for him?
Wait,
Or
could it
her?
be because of the monsters in the city?
Oh, you know what? In Amber's anthology chapter, she did say the number of monsters around Mondstadt has been skyrocketing lately.
Right, and now there are even more monsters in the city. So maybe Venti is reaching out to Alice for help.
I think you two are onto something. And if we take a look at this map, we can see that a lot of our old friends have joined in
Oh.
on the fight to defend Mondstadt.
Wow, this is kind of emotional. Mondstadt was the beginning of everything. It's the place where travelers met their first companions and embarked on this whole
Racer.
journey. And now it's in crisis.
Yeah, that's
Hopefully
sad.
travelers can do something to stop it.
Oh, they can.
Of course we
but
can.
It won't be an easy road. Alice can offer something to help, but travelers will need to pass
Boss?
a trial first and defeat the king and queen on the chessboard.
Oh, like
Anything to
a
defend
weekly boss?
Mondstadt. I'm sure travelers aren't scared of a little trial.
Okay. Then let's take a look at what awaits them.
So beautiful. Wow. Oh my goodness. Look at him. Wow. Is it gonna be Escoffier's weekly ball?
Alice will preside over the first phase of the trial. The trial takes place on a chessboard, but the rules of chess don't exactly apply. Look closely and you'll notice some of the pieces on the board can harm the king. Travelers can use that to their advantage to create an opening and dish out damage.
Wow.
But in the second phase, there are no chess pieces to use. Travelers will need to rely on their own strength to emerge victorious.
That's
It
kind of
looks
cool.
like there's a different Dodoco presiding over the second phase. One wearing a blue hat. Is that a different mage from the Hexen Circle?
Ooh, I wonder which one.
Well, travelers will have to uncover that for themselves.
I'm so
As for
excited
the
to learn more
second
about
phase of the
that.
trial, let me offer a quick piece of advice. The boss has some extremely powerful attacks, But freeze reactions can help you create an opening.
Of course
Maybe
it
jot that one
can.
down for later, travelers. So we know there's murder, an attack on Mondstadt,
Murder.
a Hex and Circle trial, but we have no idea how all of this is connected. Seems like there's a lot for travelers to uncover.
Really? Yeah.
You know, if you think about it, first Natlan had a crisis with the ley lines that almost ended in death. Then a similar crisis happened in Liyue, and now Mondstadt is in danger. I can't help but wonder if this is all some kind of terrible omen.
Yeah, but look on the bright side. It's another chance for answers. Maybe we'll uncover new clues about forces we've encountered before, or what we can expect on the road ahead.
Or maybe we'll even get one step closer to the truth of Tavat.
Yeah, and then travelers can
yeah.
give us all the answers.
Yeah, I think we're gonna leave all that hard work to you guys.
All right, okay, well, let's lighten things up and dive into the remaining version 5.6 events.
Woo!
Yes.
First up on the docket is an event that brings us back to Fontaine, where travelers can test out their tactical brilliance in the new wargame, Operation Damport Simulation.
Dude, nice.
Oh, I
These
know.
are kind
This
of
wargame
my
comes with
least
all new
favorite
offensive and
events.
defensive gameplay. The
But
key to success
obviously,
is
I've
really
never
understanding
left
your
an
game
event
pieces.
undone because
Okay,
I
what
need
do
the
you mean?
primos.
Well, for example,
We all
is it a
do.
melee or ranged attack piece? Can it quickly break through obstacles or maybe even bypass them entirely? Once you feel like you know what you're doing, you can test out your skills in co-op. The actual
Co-op?
gameplay is pretty simple. What this event really tests is strategy. For example,
I don't
when
have
adjusting
any of
your
that.
defensive lineup, you can even set traps for your opponent.
I see a
Hmm.
button called Defensive Simulation. Looks like we can use it to test out our strategies?
That's right. And once you set the defensive and offensive lineup that works best for you, the battle is ready to begin.
Yeah.
And while your opponent tries to break through your defenses, your job is to use your chosen offensive lineup to outmaneuver their strategy. The side that breaks the opposing formation first or makes greater progress within the time limit wins.
Wow.
That is kinda
Okay,
interesting.
So it sounds like it all
It's
comes
different
down
than
to
the one we had
strategy.
recently.
All right, so get tactical, travelers.
Yeah, get
Now,
tactical,
if
guys.
that last event was mostly about brain power, this next one is all about firepower.
Let's go.
Okay,
I'm
let's
excited
take
for
a
this
look
one.
at the gameplay. Think this is a simple battle for coins?
No, it's
well,
not.
think again. Players will have the opportunity to indwell Saurians at certain points. Use their abilities to your
Oh.
advantage, and you might be able to turn the tides.
That
in
is
your
very
favor.
fun.
This looks so fun. You could just stay in Saurian form the whole time and blast all the other players away.
You could.
Oh, if only.
Oh.
The Saurian form only lasts so long. But even in human form, you'll have Natlan character skills at your disposal. So the goal is to collect as many coins as possible to secure
Yeah, the movement
victory.
abilities really do,
So, this next event is
Make
called
co-op kinda
Chronicle
fun.
of Shifting Stratagems. I'm sure at this point in their journey,
Look at
travelers
her,
have gained
nice
their
girl.
fair
Why
share
can't
of
she be
companions
playable?
and have tested out their skills in a variety of different situations. But maybe there's a character you want to learn more about, like Escoffier, for example. Let's say you want to test out her potential in different team comps. Then, I highly recommend trying out this event.
Chronicle of Shifting Stratagems gives travelers the opportunity to study and test out different team compositions.
That is
The
very cool.
event is divided into different levels of difficulty, and there are also challenge buffs to take advantage of, so make sure to take that into
What?
account when
You
forming
play-
your teams.
You play all
Travelers
characters?
can also take a look at the challenge record and see how their friends approached each challenge.
What?
Could provide some food for thought.
Nice. Sounds like the perfect excuse to do
Diona
some
might have more usage right
experimentation
now.
and think outside the box.
Oh, for Shatter,
All right,
especially her C6.
Moving on to some Genius Invocation TCG
Oh, no one
updates.
cares.
First, a new card.
Sorry, I'm skipping.
Overflow event is returning in version 5.6.
Very
so
good. I
miss
need
out.
that.
We won't, and let's take our last break. When we return, we'll talk system optimizations and a cool collab. See you on the other side,
Ooh.
travelers.
Bye.
A collab. Oh, we got a little map. Very cute.
Welcome back, travelers.
Welcome back.
Welcome. Let's jump right into system optimizations.
Yeah, let's
Some
go.
travelers provided feedback that the brilliant blessing enhancement process in the Imaginarium Theatre was a bit confusing, which made it difficult to level up strategically and optimize character turn order. So, in the version 5.6 update, the dev team has made the brilliant blessing details page a lot more intuitive,
Okay.
which should make it easier for travelers to make strategic level up decisions.
Nice.
Yeah, and in addition, rewards will be available for completing the star challenges in the new season of the Imaginarium Theater that begins on June 1st.
You know what would be nice?
That's kind
A
of cool.
restart button after the final act.
Yes.
As it
I'm so
stands
glad
right
they're
now,
adding this.
Finishing the final act takes you directly to the credits, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if you just missed that last star challenge? That would be such a bummer.
Yeah, the dev team has received that feedback as well, so a
Thank
restart button is also
You, Hoyo. Thank you, Hoyo. And with the new star rewards, it's kind of an incentive to actually try an Imaginarium Theater. You don't really get that much, but the elixir is kind of important.
being added to the new update.
Oh,
Let's
nice.
go.
That should make it easier to get full stars.
But yes, I am
All
happy
right,
that's
so
happening.
This next update addresses another common problem. Travelers have probably noticed that when you go to raise a character's skills, the skill descriptions can be pretty long and dense.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. It's important for travelers to have all the details. But it's also easy to get bogged down in the weeds, so this is something the dev team has been working on. Starting in version 5.6, the descriptions on the talent and constellation pages for new characters will be optimized to be more concise, so it's easier for travelers to grasp the core information. Of course, travelers who prefer to dive into all the details can always expand the content for a more comprehensive description.
Nice. Sorting through all that information should be a lot faster now.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Our
Genshin
next
players cannot read.
optimization is for the treasure
Everybody
compass.
knows that.
Travelers provided feedback that while attempting to complete Natlan's warrior challenges, it was difficult to locate where to pick up the quests. So, after the version 5.6 update, the treasure compass can now track those locations.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
they can. Warrior challenges are important because that's how you get obsidian fragments, which you can use to unlock tribal secret spaces, right? It would be nice if the treasure compass could track those too.
It can!
Hmm.
And once your exploration progress is high enough, the treasure compass will be able to pinpoint the location of tribal secret spaces as well. Similarly, at a high enough
Let me
exploration
just Google
progress,
that.
more chests from various nations can also be located using the treasure compass.
Oh,
Money
nice. That
piles.
should really help
Very good.
travelers that are stuck at 99% exploration
I need that for
progress.
Fontaine.
Map pins have also been optimized. Starting in version 5.6, travelers can now delete custom pins in batches.
Ooh, that should make it a lot easier to start fresh if you're someone who really likes to go ham with the markers.
Definitely.
Yeah, my pins are
Well, that
insane.
wraps up our system optimizations. So now it's time for some out-of-game news.
That's right. First, we have some exciting collaboration news to share. Genshin Impact is
What?
partnering with
Oh my god. Oh my god. What? What?
the global beauty brand Charlotte Tilbury
Oh my
to launch
goodness.
2 limited edition sets.
Wow.
So let's watch the preview trailer for the collaboration.
I have to have this. And it's Mona, my favorite. I'm in awe. I'm in awe. There's no new products, it's just packaging. I want the compact. I want the compact. Oh my goodness.
But I have even more news. In addition, Genshin Impact's third Natlan OST album, Radiance of Flame, is coming soon. Yeah, the album contains various tracks composed by the Hoyo Mix team for the Collective of Plenty and other regions. So
Okay,
stay tuned for
cool.
the drop.
Awesome.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. The music's gonna be so cool.
I'm very
So
excited.
beautiful.
Wow.
Okay, let me check my scroll here. Yeah, that's all the information I have about version 5.6.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, let's end that early. But now I will give like my final thoughts. Okay, so that was very exciting. Did not expect the Charlotte Tilbury collab, and I had to bring out my Mona to celebrate the occasion, but I will have to be buying that. There's no way that I cannot get that. I think some of us have the opinion that we're ready to leave Natlan and return to something not better, but I don't know, a little different. And I think this is a great update for people that have stopped playing. I think the return to Mondstadt will actually bring a lot of old players back. I'm hoping that's the case. I am very excited to make content about the new update and just enjoy it myself. I love Mondstadt, but yeah, I'm amazed by everything that's coming, and I'm so excited to learn about Hexen Circle and all the stuff that is going on in Mondstadt. I hope you enjoyed following along with me, and if you guys enjoy this video, this will be a new thing that I do, and maybe even do it live. I don't know. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.